This is the fourth or fifth time I've had to record this video just because of all the screw-ups, so hopefully I'll get it right this time. Just to update you on the progress, turns out the Transpresso was successful in a way, but not successful in a way. So basically, since the safety orders are structured to tolerate a worst case scenario, or I changed it to tolerate a worst case scenario where the bot buys at a wrong point and exit at a profit anyway. I decided that Transpresso is not necessary because it gives bad signals. It gives you buys at highs and then sells, or we have the bot structure to sell at a lower, sell at a certain number of safety orders to get us out in profit. But when that's the case, then there's no need to have Transpresso. We can just do deal start immediately all the time. So we can buy high and then have it deviate down and then sell on a retrace, which there's always these retraces. So I did a hypothetical where I was like, okay, well, what if this deviates down 58% like it did here with no opportunity of retrace? We can't have it only going to 58%. We need to have this going down to 60%. So I basically took the table here. So first of all, yeah, I basically made the trend. I applied, first I was like, okay, this is successful. Decided to apply it to a real account. And then I realized we can't wait for Transpresso to give us a go ahead, or we can't. I don't want to wait till it gives us a deal start signal. So I decided, because the money's too small, we want it constantly active. So this way, when it's constantly active, we can take profits more often, right? And then if it gives us starts the deal at a bad time, our safety orders cover us. So then I plugged in this worst case scenario. I basically converted the current prices, which are on this table. When you look at this table here, you will see this table is based on the current prices of 3143. So I copied this whole table. Now this is slightly different, but that's fine. Anyway, I converted this to the past. The average price, if we bought in at that bad point, which was 41.75, so then I just divided it to get a factor and to arrive at these average prices if this whole thing was in the past. And I hope I'm right on the math on this. So the required price to exit, if all of our safety orders are triggered, is 28.06. Our overall average price is 27.26 if it deviates down by 60%. At 60%, it triggers all of our safety orders, and then all we need to exit is 28.06. So when we deviated down by 60% here, did we get an exit down here? Yes, we did. 28.89, and it actually would have got us out somewhere around there, because we've got a, what is that, a 60% crash practically, and then from this point we had a 50% recovery or 60% recovery. So that's how I basically arrived at finding what it would take to get us out of this mess, our safety orders. So no matter how bad it is, it's going to get us out. So I changed it to that instead of the prior one, which I had at 39 point, which I had at 40%, which has actually been working okay. But this isn't guaranteed for all scenarios, because it's possible that we could get a crash like this and then it doesn't retrace like that. It's possible, It is possible. And by the way, this isn't going to make us rich, you know, because you have to factor in your risk tolerance. Because these profits that I'm making, if it's a good buy, if it buys in at a good point and that it immediately goes into profit or goes into profit the same day, then you're making small profits. Because the deal start is like at current price and I'm only starting with $60 or $70, see? So when it exits in profit, you're making $3. But the way it's set up is that we only have $2,000 to play with here, because that's my risk tolerance for this experiment. See, 2014 BUSD. Now, as it slowly builds up money in this account, we can increase this as we have more money to play with in the account. But that's just that's the way it is. Now, if you're willing to put in $20,000, you'll be making 10 times what I'm making. So, or 50,000 or whatever, you know, you'll be making a bit more. But do you trust the Binance exchange with that much money? That's the question. So, if you put in $2,000, you'll be making hypothetically 10 times more than I. So you'll be making $50 here, $100 here, and over the course, you know, $150 over the course of, you know, the 7th. Well, let's just say this all started on the 7th, right? So here you would have made, $11, $40, so that's 50, $10, that's, or 91 bucks, 140. So almost $200 from the 7th to the 9th. Can you live on it? No, I doubt it. It depends. But that's a good daily profit. That's probably better. That's better than the banks will pay you. But the banks are more secure than, I mean, depending on what country you live in. Banks are more secure than the exchanges. But hey, these exchanges get hacked, or they say they're getting hacked. Who knows what they're really doing? They get frozen, they go down. You never know what's going to happen with these exchanges. Hopefully Binance will remain reliable, as it's been for me for spot trading. I can't say the same thing about futures though. So that's where I'm at on this, is getting rid of Transpresso and doing deal start immediately, increasing the tolerance so it can deviate down more, and changing this step scale. That's how I can basically play with the same amount of money, say $2,000, but have it be able to deviate down more, is by changing this number here. This might cause us to get out of this might make it a little bit slower to get out of profits when it deviates down because as it's deviating down, or it has to deviate down more in order to buy the next level down, because it's 3, 6. If it's just 1, if this safety order step scale is just 1, then it's only deviating down, it's buying as it deviates down 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. But in this case, it has to deviate down more, 3, 6.4, 10.3, 14.7. So it requires it to deviate down more in order for it to buy that next safety order. And what that means is this is more for bearish, anticipating a bearish scenario. And this is probably good for now, because right now the market's looking like it's getting high. I mean, we're above these 2 points. I was not expecting this to go up above this point. I don't know if anybody was, because in the past we would all just go from down, down, and down and never recover. That's what everybody was expecting. You know, this was actually a wonderful buy point that I missed. But hey, that's life. It's all a gamble. Um, so, yep, we're in a bull run, and as it goes up, the riskier it gets. So I am preparing for a bearish scenario. And as it goes up like this, maybe it's going to be harder for us to take profits. And you know what we could do if we want to take profits more often is we could do a target profit of 1.5. That's what Trade Alts does. You know, maybe he's right about that. This takes profit more often, but I mean, you're paying fees on each transaction. I mean, it's probably proportional to your buys though, but if we do a target profit, it's going to split our history of profits in half, but it's going to be doing them more often. So it's going to make it easier to take profit, and that might be a good thing because you're going to catch more of these little variances. I mean, let's take a look at these little candles here. So where is a 1.5% profit? That's almost within one bar. So, yeah, I mean, hey, maybe I gotta go review that Trade Alts video again and see what his downward deviation was. I remember his safety orders was 30. But yeah, you can take profit in one bar. Yeah, you know, that might be a good thing to do. Yeah, that's like quick profits constant. Well, let's see what this looks like. In actuality, we have a full history showing, so we can see what happens when I do target profit of 1.5. That'll make it much easier to get in and out of deals. Let's take a look at this. So, required change, yep. Yeah, so it's going to take profit more often. It's going to be very, very fast. And these are hourly bars, so it's going to get out in profit practically every hour. So, you know, maybe this is the way to go. Let's give it a shot. Why not, right? And let's see our current deals, what it's currently stuck in. We can edit this and change the target profit to 1.5. And in actuality, we should keep a little BNB on the exchange to lower the fees. In fact, what I could do is I could put more money on the exchange and then have BNB as a trading pair, and then have it. You know, I'd have to set up another bot, but we could do that. Actually, I'd have to upgrade the plan because, yeah, I don't like this. I'd have to pay more for the plan to get it to do that. And unfortunately, I think that they know when they set this whole thing up for the pay structure, they know that you can't, they don't let you do this deal start signal of start deal ASAP, open new trade ASAP. They don't let you do that with composite bot. Okay. Just I'll take a look at the disabled ones just as an example. Like here's a multi-pair bot, and actually I could probably figure out a way to program this. See, there's no there's no start deal right away, because then we can make some serious profits by trading multiple pairs. Yeah, not have to pay for another plan, but manual API. So I think what we'd have to do is figure out a manual API that just triggers constantly and gets it to buy constantly. So yeah. So that's where I am. If you got any comments or suggestions, let me know. Currently just trading Ethereum, and I can't do another bot because otherwise I'd have to do a watch. Let's get rid of all these pairs. Clear. Yeah, can't even switch over. So let's do this. Just do a plus DCA bot. Do BNB versus BUSD. Open new trade ASAP, and then create the bot. Start the bot. See, upgrade the plan. So I've already paid. You have a starter plan, so let's see the subscription. So current plan is starter, and you only get one options bot. Yeah, so looks like I'd have to unlimited DCA, unlimited single pairs. That's what I would need to pay. So it's actually not that bad, you know. But if you can find out a way to do this without paying, hey, that's great. It gets more complicated though, and it's not as easy with all the toggle switches. But yeah, that's 3commas. I'd have to pay $144. So are they counting? Are they prorating my current? Yeah, they are prorating. So yeah, looks like you got to calculate how much you're going to be making per day to see if this pays for itself. So you're going to have to put more on that exchange to do that. So I may end up upgrading, but yeah. So anyway, that's where it is. That's what it looks like. I had to pay for the paper trading. I got unlimited smart trade, which is good. That's very helpful because you can hook it up to another exchange and do deals on it while you have this do deals on a separate exchange. So you might have this on Binance, and then you can do smart trading on FTX or KuCoin or whatever. Yeah. All right. Be safe, you guys. Try to be safe. I mean, there's no real safe in crypto. You never know what's going to happen. But hedge your bets. Do educated betting.